Prince Andrew has a right to refuse to leave Royal Lodge despite the impact it will have on his wider family, a royal expert has said. Andrew Lownie, author of the 2021 book Traitor King, said the Duke of York has honoured his promise to pay for renovation and upkeep of the £30 million property in Windsor, Berkshire. However, the biographer told Express the prince is failing to consider the wider interests of the royal family by refusing to move out. Furthermore, father of two is stubborn, Mr. Lownie explained, and lacking in self-awareness. The Duke has reportedly disagreed with his older brother King Charles as he is refusing to move out of the 30-room property he shares with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Andrew, who longer undertakes official duties after he stepped back from royal duties, allegedly will not leave while the property undergoes work for fears he might never get back in. Mr. Lownie pointed out Andrew has a leg to stand on when he claims he should be allowed to stay as he took over the house from the late Queen Mother on a long-term lease and has invested a reported £7 million of his own money into the property since he moved in 2003. He said, Andrew has a lease with the Crown Estates in return for paying for renovation and upkeep, and he has honoured that. The optics might not look good for a non-working royal, but he is within his rights. Status matters to him, as he reminds everyone constantly he was the second son of the monarch, and he feels he is entitled to stay. The king is said to believe the generous property, which boasts 7 bedrooms, could be better repurposed, with Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's former home Frogmore Cottage, suggested as an alternative. Mr. Lownie added, Andrew's protector, the Queen, has gone and the family see him as an embarrassment, but he has never been one to be pushed around. Self-awareness is not one of his qualities. He's certainly not thinking of the wider interests of the royal family. But Mr. Lownie said this disagreement with Charles is part of a wider fight with his older brother, and that his daughter, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, are another factor in why he is also refusing to move. Nevertheless, Andrew has no need for such a large garden and house, Mr. Lownie said. Speculation is mounting that Prince William, Kate, Princess of Wales, and their 3 children, who currently live in Adelaide Cottage, Windsor, could be next to move into Royal Lodge. He continued, this is also part of a wider fight with his brother, which goes back to having security removed from his daughters, not gracing the balcony. Beatrice and Eugenie were stripped of their 24-hour police protection last year, reportedly after a row erupted over the £500,000 annual cost. A source told the Daily Mail that the situation had become farcical earlier this week. They said, Andrew has roof repairs scheduled later this summer which will take several months to complete, and has been advised that staying in the house during those renovations could prove problematic. But he is adamant that, as he has so many years left to run on his lease and he spent millions from his own fortune doing up the place, he is not going to leave his home. He feels very strongly, perhaps with some justification, that they are moving the goalposts suddenly, and it is hugely unfair.